Don't touch her. She is a spirit.
But she's hurt.
She isn't real.
She touched a spirit and it took her child. Ancient folktale. Please, help me. Don't touch her, whatever you do, she's not human. That was the warning. But one choice, made in the middle of the night, brought something into their home. Something that would change their lives forever. In a peaceful village surrounded by thick forests and rolling hills, lived a man named Adekunle. He was known for his strength, kindness, and gentle heart. But despite all he had, there was one thing missing in his life: a child. For many years, he and his wife Sade waited, hoped, and prayed. Every night, Adekunle would sit quietly and whisper his wish to the heavens. And slowly, that wish was answered. Sade became pregnant. The entire village rejoiced. At last, joy had come to their home. But as the months passed, something began to feel wrong. Sade was no longer the woman Adekunle knew. Her voice became sharper, her temper shorter, and her requests stranger. Ade, the child wants you to crawl on the floor like a goat. And though confused, he obeyed. Ade, go to the market and bring me roasted meat, but it must not touch fire. Impossible requests, yet he fulfilled them all because he believed it was all part of the pregnancy, because he loved her. Then, one night, everything changed. The air was heavy. The sky was dark. Sade suddenly sat up, her eyes wide, almost glowing. "I want fruit," she said. Adekunle sighed in relief. "That's easy. We have some." "No," she snapped. "I want the golden fruit from the tree near Omidudu River." Adekunle froze. Everyone knew that river. No one went there at night. They said it was not a place for the living. "Please, let's wait till morning," he begged. But Sade's voice turned cold. "If you don't take me, I will go alone." And so, fear in his heart, he followed her into the darkness. The forest seemed alive that night. Branches twisted like fingers. The wind whispered things that made no sense. Then they heard it. A cry. Soft at first, then louder, painful, unnatural. Adekunle stopped walking. "That is not human," he whispered. "We need to leave." But Sade stepped forward, drawn by something he could not see. And then they saw her. A woman trapped in the mud. But from her waist down, she had the tail of a fish. Her skin shimmered faintly in the dark. Her breathing was weak.
Don't touch her. She is a spirit.
But she's hurt.
She isn't real.
But Sade ignored him.
We can't.
Slowly, she walked closer and reached out her hand. The moment their skin touched, the wind roared. The ground trembled. A bright blue light burst across the river. Adekunle fell to his knees, shielding his eyes. Then suddenly, everything went still. The river was quiet again. The creature was gone, as if she had never been there. Sade stood frozen, her hands trembling. She placed one hand on her stomach. Before, there had been one movement. Now, there were two. Two heartbeats. Two lives. From that night on, nothing was the same. Sade became distant, colder. She drank water endlessly, as if she could never be satisfied. Food disgusted her. Instead, she craved things no human should eat. Wet leaves, slimy creatures from the ground, anything soaked in water. Even her skin changed, cold, almost like she no longer belonged on land, and everywhere she walked left behind damp footprints. The night of the birth came with a strange silence. No rain, no wind, just a thick mist covering the village. The first child arrived, healthy, strong, human. Adekunle cried tears of joy, but then the second child came and the room turned cold. The baby did not cry. Her eyes opened slowly, glowing faintly. Water gathered beneath her, and Adekunle knew something had followed them home from that river. The two girls grew, but they were not the same. Amara loved the sun, the soil, the warmth of life, but Neraya was drawn to water. The river called to her. She would sit by its edge for hours, listening, as if something beneath the surface was speaking. Years later, the river answered. One afternoon, a voice echoed from the water. "It is time." A figure rose slowly, powerful, glowing. The river queen had returned. "That child belongs to me." The ground trembled. The villagers panicked. The river began to rise. Adekunle stood in front of his family. "I will not give up my child." But Sade stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "This is my mistake." She looked at her daughter, then at the river. "Take me instead." Silence filled the air. The queen smiled. "A life for a life." Sade walked into the water. Step by step, her body began to change. Her legs slowly became a tail. Her form no longer human. Her final glance was filled with love. Then she disappeared beneath the waves. The river calmed. The storm faded. The child was free, but their mother was gone forever.